Hello, my name's Dave Suckling, and you're watching another episode of Fresh Off the Press English. Today, we're talking about fat Americans. It's Friday, the 21st of September 2018. This news comes from CBS. The news is about fat people in America. We all know that obesity, being fat in America, is a common thing. You can always see an American from far off because they're usually very large. I don't know why, but Americans seem to be fat. Let's look at the headline. Obesity rates now top 35% in 7 states. Obesity. Obesity. That's what obesity is when we talk about being fat, but being very fat, so fat that you should go to the doctor to get help. It's an actual problem for your health. Obesity. It means very, very fat. Americans continue to fatten up, with obesity rates topping 35% in 7 states, a new report reveals. Topping. Now here we're saying topping 35%. It literally means the number of people in America in these 7 states who are obese is over 35%. So 35% and above, topping, going over the top, topping 35%, going over the top, going beyond, increasing past, topping 35%. Obesity is a complex, often intractable problem, and America's obesity epidemic continues to have serious health and cost consequences for individuals. Complex. Complex. Now, complex meaning not simple, not easy. It's complex. There's lots involved. There's lots happening. It's complex. It's difficult to understand. Something is complex. It's not simple. Intractable. Intractable. Now, intractable just means a difficult problem, something that we can't really understand why or how. It's difficult to solve. It's intractable. This word track, to be able to track something is to be able to follow it, to see where it's going, to see which direction it's going. If something is intractable, it means we can't see where it's going, we can't understand it very easily. It's intractable. It's difficult to understand. Epidemic. Epidemic. An epidemic is some kind of disease or a problem which affects many people, probably millions of people. We call it an epidemic when a disease affects many people. Lots of people have the same problem. We call that an epidemic. Obesity's economic toll is monumental. The authors said an estimated $149 billion is spent annually in directly related health spending. Economic toll. That's where toll literally means cost. The cost of something. What's the toll? The cost of something. Sometimes money, sometimes other things. Not always money. You know, we can pay for things in other ways, not just money. We sometimes talk about a death toll, meaning the number of people who have died in order to achieve something. A death toll, the cost of life, people's lives. But in here, we're talking about the economic toll, meaning the cost in money. Monumental. Monumental. Monumental means very, very big. Very big. In this article, monumental means very big. Huge cost. It's monumental. Not small. It's very big. Monumental. Let's look at the words from today's lesson. Obesity. Obesity. Topping. Topping. Complex. Complex. Intractable. Intractable. Epidemic. Epidemic. Toll. Toll. Monumental. Monumental. Useful words when we want to talk about some kind of problem which has a high cost and affects many people. The cost, the toll. Epidemic, meaning it affects many people. It doesn't have to just be a disease, it could be other things, it can be epidemic as well, but usually it's a disease. Intractable, we can't understand it. Complex. Topping, going above, going over the top of something. Something is increasing greatly. Write down these words and remember them. They are useful words to know. I don't have enough money to be fat. Sometimes I wish I was a little bit bigger, but also I'm glad I'm not. It's hard for people to control themselves. It's hard to understand the reasons why some people are fat and some people are not fat. But one obvious reason would be money. You know, some people have more money, more food. They can spend more money on rubbish. And so they're able to eat more rubbish and then they get fatter. That's my main idea about it, about being fat. Obviously, there's many reasons why people are fat. Not just money, not just even what you eat. Some people just naturally fat. It's no problem with that. I have no problem with people being fat in general. It's just when people get too fat, even themselves, they must understand that it hurts them and hurts the people around them, because, you know, nobody wants you to die because you're too fat. But ultimately, you know, obesity, being fat, is a health problem and can cause people to die sooner, which nobody wants. So, got to figure this problem out. Thank you for watching this episode of Fresh Off the Press English. I hope I can see you again tomorrow for another interesting news story from around the world. As always, don't be bored, be busy. Bye-bye.